Oh, Palestinians are labeled anti-Semitics. Half these Zionists don't have Hebraic genetics. And how do you explain the Jews who support? There's agendas behind what they choose to report. Ignore dead children like the four on the shore. But when the Israelis die of war, it will pour. Take a look and study the statistic comparisons. No surprise their allies are sadistic Americans, Brits and Canadians who don't show sympathy. Jewish life and Arab life, they see no symmetry. Fighting for their freedom, not a law or jihad. Zionists, you do not obey the law of your God or the UN. Illegal occupation, the blockade. When those end, maybe then we can talk aid. Media publish propaganda to cloud your sight. Injustice against any living being, I vow to fight. Peacefully protest politicians and their policies. Economic emperors rule the global colonies. Democracy and constitutions cover up the covenants made by members of the Imperial governance. Peacefully protest politicians and their policies. Economic emperors rule the global colonies. Democracy and constitutions cover up the covenants made by members of the Imperial governance. Let's take a look at Crimea and the Ukraine. America's and Russia's only interest is to gain from the deal. Covert colonizers who have come to steal from the real owners under the guise they've come to heal. It is time, a global revolution's what I purvey. Armed to the teeth I conquer on a bad fur day. Ask yourself, are those weapons real or metaphorical? Forming my own rebel army like Felipe Coronel. Linguistic terrorists, plant explosives in a sentence. All oppressed peoples, I support your independence. Don't give up the struggle globally, I hope none may. So we can unify universally one day. Throughout every country, unrest you will notice spreading. Mentally, you are chained and bound like Otis Redding. Corporations, cults and shadow lords secretly run the land. That is something every one of us must come to understand. Peacefully protest politicians and their policies. Economic emperors rule the global colonies. Democracy and constitutions cover up the covenants made by members of the Imperial governance. Peacefully protest politicians and their policies. Economic emperors rule the global colonies. Democracy and constitutions cover up the covenants made by members of the Imperial governance. You will ban a plant that produces harmony, but you can get heroin and meth at the pharmacy. Legalize cannabis and end the prohibition. To fight the ISIS crisis, they send a coalition armed with bombs, looking like more violent foreign intervention, creating more insurgents and more apprehension. But they never mention the role that the West played to destabilize the region. Every conquest made. How about how IS members can't even pray right? Two different directions, like this is the proper way, right? You don't know where Mecca is or how to pray. You're not Islamic, horrifying, but at the same time this plot is comic. You don't want to hear of ties to CIA agents or the profit increase resulting from payments made out to the arms manufacturing companies. Research this for yourself, these are just summaries.